Hey everybody, Adam here, and back with a little more Legacy. Specifically this time we're gonna get back to basics, if you will. Playing some Stoneblade. So, I was sitting there this morning kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I was like, well, thumb through some stuff, and I saw that somebody put up a decent finish recently with Jeskai Stoneblade. And I went, you know, I should probably try out Monkey Blade before it gets banned. And then I looked at the deck list, and I went, yo, no monkey. Rad. So, I kind of looked through I decided we're going to play Stoneblade. And I looked through some lists throughout the day, and it's kind of a little bit of here, a little bit of there on a lot of these lists. So, what I did is, in my typical fashion, kind of hodgepodge some of this stuff together and come up with a list that I felt represented what I wanted to do in a Stoneblade deck list. Appreciated, Travis. Apparently this got real loud all of a sudden. There we go. So, I kind of decided that I was going to piece together a bunch of different deck lists, kind of come up with the list that I thought I wanted to play based on what had been doing well recently. So, this is where we landed. Travis, are we any better now? Testing? Testing? Any better? This has just been like a fistful. Gonna crank this up a little more and see where we end up. Yeah, I have no idea what's been going on recently, but OBS has just, like, completely, like, given up where the volume is concerned. Does that sound better? Hey! No, we're, like, almost peaking out now. So, yeah, so where we ended up is this list here, after kind of looking over a few different deck lists and kind of manipulate this a little bit, manipulate that a little bit. So, the base core, 4 Stoneforge Mystic, 4 Brainstorm, 4 Ponder, 4 Force of Will, some Jace the Mind Sculptors, 2 Fairy Time Ravelers, Swords to Plowshares, a Narset Barter of Veils, a Batterskull, a Cauldron Complete. Your mana base here, we are playing a Red Splash exclusively for cards in the sideboard. Where I did end up 2 back to basics in the main. I cut 1 copy of Snapcaster Mage versus what a lot of people have been playing recently, because I wanted a second copy of True Name Nemesis. True Name and me are old BFFs, and the card seems very, very good right now, so I wanted some True Names in my life. So I cut it. We're at 3 Snapcasters, 2 True Names, 3 Prismatic Endings in the main. Again, we are splashing red off of single Volk Basic Mountain. And then our sideboard is 2 Hydroblasts, 2 Pyroblasts, a Red Elemental Blast, 2 Meltdown for Urza's Saga and the Emery decks, 2 Surgicals, a Flusterstorm, a Rest in Peace, an Umezawa's Jite in the board. This is weird for me, but I saw that kind of, if anybody was playing it recently at all, it always ended up in the board. So I decided, okay, reasonable enough. Put the Jite in the board, 2 Containment Priest, and a Wear Tear. I did wonder about Wear Tear being Rip Apart, but I think that what it ends up being is the sorcery speed of Rip Apart is kind of a deal breaker for a lot of people. So I decided to play the Wear Tear tonight, and we'll see kind of what happens from there. So, this is the 75 for this evening. If you want a closer look, you can view the Cardboard Live extension or exclamation mark deck, and Stream Decker will shout it at you. But without further ado, let's kick this pig and get this league started. I do appreciate everyone joining me this evening. It's a lot of ways you could be spending your Thursday evening, but I am grateful you chose to spend it with me. So we'll be back. We'll be back one more time this week with a stream. That will be Saturday with some vintage. I will love to play first. Yeah? Yeah, I suppose. Playing Sultai Control, sure. Yo, that's fine. Am I getting thought seized? Oh, I'm getting duressed. I don't care about the duress. So, Sultai Control duress. This could actually be Doomsday, or this could also be Chain of Smog combo. Gonna grab a basic planes here because we can. I would love to. I'm gonna grab this Cauldron because I don't think they can beat it. I'm gonna pass. Ritual? Yep, it is indeed Doomsday. Okay. Huh. Wild. Oh, I mean, you know, Greg, I'm not really worried about the GTA, especially in this particular matchup. I had my opponent pegged on the bot said bug control, and I think that either way, if they were bug control or Brainstorm is fine. If they were bug control or Doomsday based on fetch for Underground Sea, sure. This is an Ideas Unbound pile. Oh, consider Deep Analysis. Edge of Autumn, sure. Yep, you got it. Alright. Things I don't need include Swords to Plowshares. I am interested in Pyroblast, Red Blast, the Flusterstorm. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Sure, I'm down. If I can resolve this Narcid, I just win the game. Yeah, this is fine. I'm not worried about putting any pressure on them right this second, because this Brainstorm will convert when I need it to. Like right now. I'm gonna put back a Ponder. I'm gonna put back 2 Ponders. And then fetch for Tundra. I'm gonna jam this to Fairy. They were willing to fight over this Teferi, so I feel like I'm supposed to be as well. No, I think I'm gonna hold. No, so... Yeah, Surgical could shuffle their pile, Greg. I had... Ooh. Stoneforge Mystic. I would love to. Grab Cauldra. Sego. Mentor, you say? I think I'm willing to fight over that one. Fluster? So one... We did the thing! So here's the thing though, I don't know that it does. Put in Cauldra. Yield. I'm gonna ponder. I think I want... Nope. God damn it. I'll take the... Oh. I mean, that's gas, too. Say, I... Definitely messed that up pretty hard. I wanted the... I definitely wanted the Snapcaster Mage. They're gonna brainstorm. That was my thought, Greg, or to snap Fluster. Yep. You get the blast. Put it all on the table. See, this is what we got. Is this hard fort? No, this can't be hard force. Oh, okay. This is they are terrified of True Name Nemesis. That's pretty gas. I mean, I think if opponent is willing to hemorrhage cards over True Name, I'm probably winning anyway. I will choose you. Opponent goes to 4. They are priced into killing this turn. Brainstorm. Yeah. Doomsday's fine. You have 1 card in hand, and you're staring down lethal. Like, I'll make them construct the pile, and if it works, it works. I'm not going to concede to it. Cycle Edge of Autumn. Predict themselves. Mill the Oracle. Petal. Black. Unearth. That's pretty gas. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Alright. Opponent made an unearth pile. That's pretty sick. So yes, Greg, that is an old pile, but that's not a pile that has existed in quite a while. Like the Unearth is not something I have seen a lot of recently. And if I had considered, I mean, yeah, it's old tech. And if I had considered that the opponent was on Unearth in any capacity, I probably would have played Surgical. Yeah. So, 0-1, losing to Doomsday, which is kind of what I expected. You know, I was kind of chuckling to myself this afternoon as I thought, you know, my last league, I played against what I thought were 5 combo decks in a row. It turns out, by the way, a round 1 opponent, not a combo deck. They were not Mystic Forge combo. People are just playing stacks again in Legacy. But I had figured, you know, I was on, you know, I played 5 combo decks in a row, yet here I am playing Stoneblade. Wild. But yeah, I definitely do think that that is an old pile. Unearth is definitely old tech, and I think that I don't think I was supposed to play around it. I don't think that was a line that I was really considering. I do think that I messed up my Ponder, because the game plan was to draw Snapcaster Mage. So that then if they take Blast, it doesn't matter, because then I have Snap Blast or Snap Fluster. And that's just fine. But unfortunately, I started putting it back, and for whatever weird reason, Magic Online won't let you undo a Ponder. So when I misclicked and put my Snapcaster back, my plan was to put Island, Force of Will, Snapcaster that order, and draw Snapcaster that turn, and then have Force of Will the following turn. But Magic Online doesn't let you fix that garbage. This is probably fine, right? Brainstorm just cleans this up. Keep. Like, I'm in a pretty bad spot if opponent just, like, turn 1 Blood Moons or some nonsense, but, like, okay. Misty. Yep, that's fine. Oh god, just draw a Plow. That's not Plow, kids. Play Island and pass. This is like almost 100% to be Elves. Bayou. Sure. Visionary's fine. That one's gonna be good for later, kids. This one's gonna be real good. Another Visionary, sure. Opponent's hand seems to be pretty bad. I mean, no, but our game 1 deck isn't really super set up to beat Elves. Brainstorm, okay. So there's White Source. So I'm gonna put back... Gross. Put back one of these Snapcaster mages. Then I'm putting back Jace. Grab Island again. I mean, I agree with you, Greg. That's gas. Put this back. Just gonna slam this back to basics. Opponent is on very, very low resources. Opponent will attack me for 2, I accept. I'm gonna play this and then pass. I'm being cautious of my usages of things like Swords to Plowshares because I'm gonna need to answer I'm gonna need to answer... Oh, I'd messed that up pretty hard. Gross. Batterskull, sick. Yeah, opponent has like absolutely 0 gas. That feels pretty good for me. I'm gonna jam Teferi here and then just bounce their Visionary. Get past this Tundra. Cool. Alright, there's the GT. We did it. Containment Priest comes in. Yeah, just Containment Priest GT. Things I don't necessarily want. Spell Pierce feels pretty atrocious. And then I have to cut 2 more cards. I don't hate cutting Teferi. I also don't hate cutting back to basics, because as good as it was there, it's only ever going to be, like, good if I guess they only have a couple of basics. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut these 2 Teferis. I just have more removal. Yeah, like, between endings and swords and GT now, like, I feel pretty good. Yeah. This is just Ponder looking for basic planes. Once Upon a Time resolves. Ooh, an opponent mulligan too. I mean, Greg, you say takes a bow, and we still just, like, won that game. Symbiote's fine. Yikes. I think I'm just gonna shuffle this. Also yikes. I wondered if opponent was just thinking about surgicaling Ponder. Alright. What do we got now, opponent? So notably, like, this deck is also, now that I'm thinking about it, this deck is softer to back to basics than it used to be because they don't play as many just random mana elves. Like, the list I played the other night, which was Hello Newton's, like, challenge list or whatever, only had, what did he have? 2 Heritage Druids, 2 Birchlore Rangers, and yikes. That one sucks. Not gonna lie. Okay. So I'm gonna play Flooded Strand and just pass. Fetch, yup. Okay, show me Gaia's Cradle into natural order. I'll make you real sad about it. Oh, buddy, come on, do it. Do it, you coward. Do it. Do it. No, they're just gonna Zenith instead, which I'm still just gonna eat. This one. How's that one feel? Now, game plan forever is this Containment Priest just never dies. That's where we're at. Please attack. I will block. I promise. Nope. Not like that. Gotta tag this one. Sick. They did the thing for me. It's so good. I guess I'm just gonna take Vista. And then attack. Opponent has nothing in play. Their Cradle doesn't do anything. Oh, the GTA will come. It's gonna be so good. Wooded Foothills, yes. Shepherd's fine. Oh. Apparently we just don't need it. I'm just gonna like prismatic ending them to death and it'll be great. Sick. Opponent tried to fetch Dryad Arbor. God, I love that. So, in case anyone is not familiar with this interaction, let me explain it real quick, because I have had to explain this interaction to people a lot. Containment Priest says, if a creature enters the battlefield and was not cast, exile it instead. Dryad Arbor is a creature that is also a land. Because it is also a land, you are never capable of casting it. Therefore, Containment Priest says, oh, a Dryad Arbor entered play, huh? Did you cast it? And you go, well, no, Containment Priest. Of course not. It's a land. And Containment Priest says, also a creature. Get it out of here. So, opponent was playing towards a line that involved them fetching Dryad Arbor, and I'm guessing trying to, like, glimpse or something out of it. Oh, that was cute. Sick. So, we're 1-1 now. We lost to Doomsday, a match that I think we could have won. I just misclicked when resolving my Ponder. And of course, because Magic Online is a quality program, you can't undo when you're ordering a Ponder. And then we beat Elves, which we're supposed to. Like, my experience is that historically Stoneblade has done very, very, very well versus Elves. Jite is a hell of a card. Containment Priest is a hell of a card. And having a bunch of spot removal and counter spells has been good. Now, I haven't played it a ton since Allosaurus Shepherd has been in the equation, but, I mean, we also just casually have, you know, Prismatic Ending now too. So, I would love to play first. Not this one. Sure. What am I putting down? Probably Teferi? I feel like I'm putting Teferi down. I don't know if Teferi is good. Greg, they don't even play Rexage anymore, a decent amount of the time. But yeah. Arid Mesa, sure. Aether Vial. Goblins, you say? Basic Plains. Ending. Yeah. Most of the time they don't even play it anymore, they just play Collector Roof instead. Wasteland, sure. Another Vial, yup. I'm gonna grab a blue source here. Show me another basic. Well, not another basic, but that one's also pretty good. This is a Snapcaster Mage. It's going to target Prismatic Ending. So now the beauty of it too is that opponent wastelanding me now comes with a real cost. What do we got, opponent? They have fetched Badlands. It feels like they have some sort of plan. Also, quick disclaimer, if opponent casts the card Conspicuous Snoop, I'm filing for comp. Conspicuous Snoop is bugged with basically every card on the planet. I have literally seen screenshots of Conspicuous Snoop with, like, Black Lotus text. That card is bugged, and you should not be playing it for any particular reason at all. Yeah, it is a known commodity that Snoop is very, very, very bugged. So if opponent is on a Snoop Goblins build, I will 100% file for comp. I think the Matron is just fine. I'm gonna wait and see what you show me, I suppose. Mog War Marshal. Alright. That one's good. This is a Stoneforge Mystic. Yup. I'm gonna go get this Cauldra. I'm gonna plow this while I can. And then I'm gonna attack for 2. I don't particularly care about War Marshal specifically. No. This thing has trample. Dear Wizards of the Coast, please fix this. Shouldn't state-based don't until done trigger happens on damaged Elves. Opponent is insisting that it is the creature should die before the trigger, and I don't think that is correct. Because state-based actions should not check until after everything is done, and the minute Cauldra deals a single point of damage, there should be a trigger that is placed on the stack. Yeah, so, Travis, what happened is, opponent blocked my Germ strapped with a Cauldra with their Mog War Marshal. Cauldra says whenever it deals combat damage to a creature, exile that creature. State-based actions to kill Mog War Marshal should not check until after Caldra's trigger resolves. Yes. That's fine. Yeah, you get to attack for 4. Yeah, so opponent says the creature dies before the trigger, and I'm like, that's not at all how that works. Easy money gonna trade that off. So, yeah, exactly, Travis. And that's what I was trying to tell opponent, too. But, opponent is apparently not interested in hearing about it. So, kudos for them, I suppose? I would prefer you didn't. Opponent said creature dies before the trigger. That is incorrect. Because the creature should not die until state-based actions are checked. And state-based actions are not checked until after Caldra's trigger, which is applied the minute it deals damage, is put on the stack. Skirt Prospector, yes. I will take 2. Island. Go to combat. Attack you. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just annoying because I literally, like, this has been going on. I literally had a vintage league where I reported this exact bug, and it's not like it should be that difficult to fix. I got comped for this exact bug once before. Prospector is fine. Cavern of Souls is fine. Of course you will name Goblin. This is a Muxus. This feels much like a Muxus. It is indeed a Muxus. I may just die. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yup. Well, that's cool. Alright. So, must file for comp after this league. Oh, nice. Congrats, Travis. Yeah, so Containment Priestess showed off Aether Vial, Umezawa's Jite, Hydroblasts. What do I not want here? Teferi feels like it doesn't matter. Narset feels like it doesn't matter. So, Technomage, they got a token they shouldn't have gotten. Which is, 1, a point of damage, and 2, a mana that they were able to spend to cast Muxus. So, it is assuredly relevant. Spell Pierce can go... Yeah, there's a bunch of relevant stuff here, and also it's just, this shouldn't be an ongoing thing at this point. I have to cut one more card. It's probably... question mark? Unclear. I'm gonna shave up back to basics, I think. Nah, TNN's gas. Keep. Darn go. Planes go. I can be patient, opponent, it's fine. Stoneforge should go get my GT. Yes, please. Sure, get. So there you go. Opponent has fetched a Badlands. It's back to basics is now looking much better than it was 2 seconds ago. This just gets Trash Master, which sucks. I was probably supposed to just counter this. I have a sneaking suspicion this just gets Trash Master. Crater Maker. Crater Maker matters much less. So, opponent now has to show me an additional land before Crater Maker matters. They have the land. They're not going to cast Crater Maker here. That's gas. Alright. So this one's gonna need another basic planes. I'm gonna just cast the GT and then equip. Just a munitions expert? I will force of will. Easy money. Well, 100% force of will. I'm going to choose to wait here. Trader Maker is fine. I'm going to force the issue. I'm just gonna get my Stoneforge +2/+2 here. Like, I feel like I'm in a pretty reasonable spot. Sick. Pashalik Mons is fine. Vile is in. Gonna ponder. Yeah, that seems good. No, thank you. I would love to use Stoneforge's ability. I'm gonna get this Cauldron complete. And pick this one. Grenzo Havoc Razor. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, choose one. Goad or exile card of their library. Till end of turn, you may cast it and spend mana as though it remained of any color. Sure. I have a sneaking suspicion you're not able to cast many of my spells. You are on pretty low resources. I think I'm just gonna take this too, like... Sure. Brainstorm. Okay. They have tapped their mountain to cast my Brainstorm. So one of the best things I could possibly draw right now would be Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Ending or Snapcaster Hydroblast are all gas. I think I'm more interested in Ending to get rid of this Vile, to be honest. Oh, and we found it. Baby, let's go. Snapcaster. Target Ending. Ending your Aether Vial. Attack. Show me all your stuff. Cavern of Souls. Sure. You get one. Sling Gang Lieutenant. Yes. That is not a thing I'm particularly scared of. You have to do a lot of nonsense in order for this to matter. At which point, like, you're just dead to this Cauldron anyway. I will just attack. Okay. Reasonable. You're still currently dead to... Yup. You are now more dead to... I'm confused at what opponent is doing here. Oh, jeez. I mean, there's a lot of really good humans in Legacy, Travis. Not gonna lie to you. Yup. Okay. Sure. You are still dead to Cauldra. Good. Great. Okay. I mean, I have this Force of Will. Yup. Exile the basic island. Sick. Do I want anything different now? Like, opponent was pretty soft to back to basics, which felt pretty gas. I don't think I need Wear Tear. Yeah, all this feels pretty fine. Travis, the big ones you pick up are Recruiter of the Guard. You pick up Mother of Runes. Or are you just talking like absolute slab of beef? Also, Meltdown is kind of hysterical. Just Meltdown, wipe away their vials. I don't love this, but I think I have to mull this. Yikes. I don't know how deep I can go here, looking just for answer to turn 1 Lackey. You got it? Opponent has Muxus, we're in bad shape. People played Winota in like a red-white prison shell. Vials in. That's a bunch of stuff. Oh, wow. That was a misclick that's going to cost me the game. Yikes. Definitely meant to click my Stoneforge Mystic. Accidentally clicked my Snapcaster Mage. Hey, let's go. Chalk that up to things you wouldn't do in paper for 1,000. I mean, Stoneforge was dying anyway, I understand. Sling Gang. I might just be dead. Yikes. Grab the batter skull. Yeah, no, I'm in trouble. That's another War Marshal, which means just more points of power in play. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They don't even need to... Yep. Big oof indeed. That is unfortunate. I mean, the plus side, this league is free now because that was, that is assuredly a bug. Because Cauldra has important text on it. I have literally received comp for this exact bug before. But, hooray hurrah. We soldier on. We are 1 and 2. This actually feels pretty good though. Like, the list I think is super reasonable. Again, thank you everyone for hanging out tonight. I really do appreciate it. Lots of ways you could spend your Thursday evenings, and I'm grateful you choose to spend them with me. I will be back on Saturday to play some vintage time yet TBD. Deck yet TBD. Probably just gonna jam the mono white deck because I haven't yet and I feel like I should. Time TBD because I have to go fetch some soup. A local friend started a side business making homemade soup and selling them on the internet, and I thought that sounded excellent, and especially with as cold and awful as it has been outside. I'm ready for some soup. So I have to go pick up some soup on Saturday. Playing against the Czar of Bacon. Well, Bacon Czar. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. This is a super reasonable hand that just interacts with a bunch of nonsense. Polluted Delta, go. Alright. This Ponder is looking for pressure. That is what we call pressure. No thank you. Tropical Island. Brainstorm. Is it just Storm? This could just be Storm. If this is Storm, I am very grateful that I found this Stoneforge Mystic to start pressuring my opponent. Opponent fetches. Brainstorms again. Pitching Snapcaster, okay. I'll pitch the Spell Pierce. I would love to use Stoneforge Mystic's ability. I'll find this Cauldra. I kind of hope that opponent just, like, taps out to kill this Stoneforge. Okay. Yup. That's happening. I'm just gonna jam this back to basics. The fewer resources opponent has, the better it is for me. I accept. So you show me you have a basic island? That's a bayou. That's not a basic island at all. Tarmogoyf resolves. I couldn't care less about Tarmogoyf, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Currently keeping Jace as my pitch card for Force of Will. I think opponent is about to die underneath their greed pile. Black, black. Gross. I mean, yeah. Sick. I'm gonna grab a Plains here because I'm gonna want it eventually. Jam this Jace. Brainstorm. Nice him to Turok, opponent. I mean, Cauldron does laugh in the face of Silly Goyf, but we weren't anywhere near casting it. That's gas. Gonna put back Ending Island? Name you. Grab another island. Cast Stoneforge Mystic. Go grab Batterskull. So what's important here is having both of these threats, I'm now protected from Sudden Edict. Gas. So opponent is some sort of Tarmogoyf bug deck. This back to basics looks like hot fire. I think we're just set up to beat them? Question mark. I don't like Pyroblast is probably okay, but not amazing. Fluster Charm is probably okay, but not amazing. Opponent could have Strixes, in which case like Jite would be good, but I don't know that they have Strixes. So I think as it sits, I'm just gonna resubmit as is. Like, this all feels pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. There's an argument to, like, trade out a Force of Will for a Flusterstorm because it's better against him to Turok. Island Ponder, you say? Deal. Play Tondressigo. Yeah? Like, in the event that opponent has Thoughtseize, I want to be able to hide this true name. Gonna brainstorm. Put back. Narset. True name? Which one of these things do you want, opponent? Opponent took a ponder. I think I'm gonna fetch an island here and ponder again. Yeah. Strand, Island, Brainstorm. Don't shuffle. Opponent learned their lesson. True name. Name you. Say go. This is where opponent shows me sudden edict and I get upset. Yeah, brainstorm's fine. Polluted Delta, fetch, yup. Another basic swamp. Yeah, which one of these do you want? Probably the J's. Yep, seems correct. Gonna brainstorm here. Wow. Going to attack. Sylvan Library is fine. They do have Strix. I'm gonna plow before they draw. Well, that's sick. That'll be good for later. Yes, opponent? Opponent's gonna draw some cards with Sylvan Library. I have a feeling they're looking for Sudden Edict or Plague Engineer. That's a Jace, sure. What is this Jace doing? Promise you if you brainstorm, this Jace dies. Oh, they're gonna plus on themselves. Okay. I am going to clock this Jace. I think letting this Jace hang out is just bad news for me. Now that I see opponent is more of a control deck with Jaces and stuff like that, I'm definitely more interested in Pyroblast next game. Opponent brainstorms with their Jace. They must have a plan to kill this True Name then. Oh, they have a new Jace. I don't know that that's super productive, but like, sure. Now you have to plus again. Yup. And you just end up in the same boat, I guess. I will attack Jace the Mind Sculptor. I will cast Ponder. Island ending Jace. Don't shuffle. Gonna take another basic here and cast my Jace. Sick. That feels good. Opponent's Sylvan Libraries. Draws one card. Inquisition of Kozilek. Sure, you get my Swords to Plowshares. There's a Cauldron you're gonna have to beat. So real talk, my Jace was just gonna brainstorm to make sure I hit the next land for this call. My next couple of land drops for this Cauldron. That's all I'm really in the business of doing right now. Alright. I'm gonna attack Jace. Snapcaster definitely changes the texture. This will. Oh, I could have just got rid of their library. That's unfortunate. Should probably do that. Not gonna lie to you. Fetch land? Clear it? Brainstorm? Sure. Blue. Target my Brainstorm? Continue. I will cast my Brainstorm. I may get Hull Breacher. Put this Batter Skull up top. I'll get rid of my Snapcaster. That's pretty easy money. Not gonna lie to you. Yup. Cauldra. Play a land. Go to combat and kill your Jace. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So we're one away. What do we got, opponent? Ooh. Brave of you, opponent. Yeah, Fatal Push on Stoneforge is fine. I'm just going to clock with True Name here. I have hardcast Force of Will for basically anything on the planet that they do. Opponent goes to 1 because they don't like the top of their library. Sylvan Library needs to be very, very kind to them. So any of these... And none of those things is an answer to True Name. Alright, 2 and 2. Going into the final round of this league. Yeah, honestly, this feels pretty good. Greg, I don't know if you're still out there. He is indeed. Yeah, Greg, this list feels pretty gas. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like in the matchups that I've wanted GT, I can just board it in. And in the matchups I don't, I already have so much, like, idiot removal. Alright. We're losing the die roll. What a wild hand. Yeah, I guess. This just, like, has to fetch Tundra. We're, like, socially obligated because we have this plow and this True Name. I'm gonna keep. Like, this hand is a little soft versus combo, but... Saga, sure. Opal, yes. Bauble, sure. Oh, this is Painter. Gas. He's gonna show it to me? Opponent just jams Painter here, like, things are a little scary, but not excessively? Oh, okay. They're just on the, like, infinite Urza Saga backup plan. Thoughtcast resolves. So they're on blue Painter, specifically. Petal, yes. Island, go. So this is probably going to needle to shut off this fetch land. Yeah. Opponent sees True Name. Opponent's going to put their garbage on the stack. Gonna fetch now. Grab planes. Opponent doesn't really know what's going on yet. Opponent has to decide if they want to make a construct. I guess they're probably not making a construct because they're... Oh, they are making a construct. What are you getting, opponent? Bauble, sure. There's another bauble, yes. Ancient Tomb. I'll just take 5. No? Plow that. Oh, gas. Play this back to basics. So, like, I can check one construct. That's pretty easy mode. And if opponent does that, they don't get their Ancient Tomb back. And I have Force of Will. That's fine. I have Force of Will to protect me from a Painter. And if opponent has Force plus Blast, like, I just don't care. Or rather, Painter plus Blast. I'll just pitch the True Name to Force of Will, and then untap Snapcaster Plow if I have to. Yup. Shadow Spear, Basic Island, Lotus Petal, yes. All of this is fine. Opponent cannot paint and grind. Incapable. I would rather them not have more cards, so I'm just going to pitch this True Name now. Opponent is just going to grind me for value. They hit Plow, Teferi, Stoneforge, Ponder. That I'm fine with. Opponent is going to bauble me again. Draw a card, yup. I guess I'm gonna Stoneforge and then, or Snapcaster and Ponder here, because I could still hit Ending. We won versus Bug. None of these things are things I want. Draws Batter Skull anyway, baby, let's go. Yeah, we won versus Bug. And... one versus... Good question, Greg. I don't remember already. Opal, yep. Karn the Great Creator, he says. That's unfortunate. Yeah, one of the wins was versus like a bug control deck, Greg. That much I know. Shadow Spear. Ponder? Oh, this plow is gas. No. I will plow your Shadow Spear. And then attack Karn. Yup. Bridge. Is that where we're at? Grab Ensnaring Bridge. Oh, Painter Servant. Yikes. An opponent has the 3-mana to activate. Well, alright. Sick. Okay. So, things that we're interested in. Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast, Meltdown, Wear Tear. All of these things seem great. Now, what are things that we're not interested in? The Back to Basics feels like gas. Spell Pierce feels pretty questionable. They're on Thought Monitor, Greg. Narset isn't actually unreasonable. I definitely want Teferi. I think I want to dump Ending, funny enough. Because I have Wear Tear, Red Blasts, Meltdown, and I think those are all better than Prismatic Ending, since Ending can never hit Karn anyway. And now the question is the last cut. I'm gonna cut one. Sure. Well, I mean, that's still not true, Greg, because they have all of their 0 drops. They have so much cheap artifact mana, or artifact crap, they can just dump it out. So I guess I'm gonna shave those. I think Batterskull is of questionable value, to be honest. And I guess I can take Batterskull out. Oh, Back to Basics is still gas, because their deck is, like, mono not, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Back to Basics out. Maybe you're right, Greg. I will concede that maybe you're correct. And we'll try it this way. We sure can't keep that one. This one I don't hate. I'm gonna send this Jace down. I'm just gonna rep the Swords to Plowshares. Opal, Paddle. Paddle. Mountain actually isn't terrible here. Yeah, like, it's a hard decision for sure. I'm gonna grab this Cauldra. That's my point, right? Is that, like, they are definitely a Saga deck, and I think that their plan in this matchup is more for Urza Saga than it is for, like, the Painter combo plan. Yeah, see, like, there's another Saga. Sick. That is actually exactly what I want, because I want another white source. I will just clock you. Yes. Oh, opponent, please tell me you're not reading Cauldra Complete. Aw, gas. That's so good. Opponent assuredly did not read our cards. I love it. It's so good for me. First strike, whenever it deals combat damage to a creature, exile that creature, indestructible. Which part of that, Greg? All of these things are relevant. Each and every part of that. There's the grindstone. Yikes. That'll do. We can just race opponent, that's fine. So I'm not removing either of these creatures yet because I want to make sure opponent doesn't have combo. With Grindstone in play, I need to make sure opponent can't just combo me out. Yeah, Meltdown's gonna be so sick. Meltdown is gonna, like, absolutely... That's a pretty good one. White, blue. Cast a fairy. Bounce this idiot and draw a card. That's pretty okay, I'm not gonna lie. Now I can plow pretty freely.
wish there was something we can do. We simply move on.
Oh, opponent, you poor sweet child. Get rid of this one. Kill your other one. So good. Yeah, like I feel like we're in pretty great shape right now, I'm not gonna lie. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Brainstorm. I feel like I'm in pretty reasonable shape, I'm not gonna lie to you. Having all of this feels like gas with Teferi and Jason play. What do you got, opponent? That one is blue. Gonna fetch those away. That's a good one. Can we find Meltdown? That one's also okay. I think I just want all of this. I was definitely supposed to do that to put back one of my pieces of permission there, but I'd been a hot minute since I've thought about Narset Jace interactions. I don't think I need it either, though. Like, a card off of Narset would have been gas, but I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, board position seems very, very good. Counter.
A ship the size of cities, rolling in the wind, a crew of railmen singing, this is all we know.
Alright. Jace first? Jace first. None of these cards are called Meltdown. I'm gonna put back Pyroblast, Brainstorm. Activate this. I can just take Wear Tear here and Wear Tear Grindstone. Actually, I think I just want Blast, and I'm gonna cast the Ponder looking for Meltdown. I would love to shuffle. That's also not Meltdown. That's also still pretty good. I guess I could Snapcast or Ponder here looking for Meltdown. I feel like I'm in good shape, though. Like, I'm not really sure how I lose this one. I have Snapcaster for Swords to Plowshares. They can't possibly respond because I have this Teferi in play. Narset is shutting off all their draw spells. Painter, yes. I'm not priced to do anything until you do. No. You don't, you can't have that one. Gonna respond. Okay. Alright. Now I'm debating... Like, Back to Basics still seems very, very good, but I don't know that I necessarily need that. The blasts felt good, but I think I want one less blast effect for an ending. I wouldn't hate just another answer to something in play. Yeah, and then I think everything else feels like gas. Like, I don't really think I need triple red blast. This one feels really, really questionable. This one is much better. The bottom one of these plows. Island, bauble, sure. I guess I actually wanted that in their graveyard. It's Fairy Plains, Brainstorm. No. God. Saga, sure. Emery's fine. We're just gonna get rid of Emery on our turn. They flipped 2 size, an Emery, and a Seed of the Synod. That feels like gas. Now opponent has shown us that they want to play as the Saga games. I'm gonna fire off this Brainstorm now to see if I can set up. Yikes. I think I like having access to this Force of Will. So I'm just gonna hold this Teferi for right now. Like, opponent gets to start beating in with Saga Constructs. I am priced into fetching here, otherwise they can needle me. I'm gonna grab just a basic island here. One's gonna make another construct. Probably go fetch up Shadow Spear. Opal. Sure. God, I don't think I can let them draw this many cards.
The body becomes frail, the spirit becomes stronger. Because
I'll take 4.
to look forward to.
Yikes. Yet another saga. Gross. Stoneforge. Go fetch my Cauldra. This is gonna take me a turn to set up, but I think that it's worth the time. If opponent is smart here and they have a Pithy Needle, they just needle Stoneforge Mystic. And if they needle Stoneforge Mystic, it may put me another turn behind if I don't draw another land. Yeah, Runner Saga is always rough. It's why some lists have started, like, some of the lists that don't play that many artifacts or enchantments have started playing, like, Serenity. Because you just nuke their lands and all their other garbage. What is this tutoring for? Is it a Pithy Needle? It should be. Shadow Spear, Bauble. I have to block. Yikes. Need to draw a Meltdown, like yesterday. That's not Meltdown. Womp womp. Yeah. Wild. Well, alright then. Opponent had triple Saga, we couldn't find our Meltdowns. I drew the one prismatic ending that was left in my deck, but it didn't matter. So, I guess... What, like if this had been the blast, did I not need to force? Interesting. Well, alright. Shit. So, there's that. And, talk this over real quick. So, this was the list I came up with for tonight. Overall, it felt pretty good. Greg and I were discussing beforehand, the GTA on the board feels weird. Honestly, that felt fine tonight. Like, when I wanted GTA, I could have it. When I didn't, it wasn't clunking up my deck with a thing that didn't matter. With just another random artifact. there's enough artifact hate running around right now that, like, not having this randomly as just a weird dead draw was, like, pretty okay. Triple ending plus 4 swords plus 3 Snapcaster felt incredible. Like, that felt absolutely absurd. Basic Mountain, like, is something that I have messed around with in Jeskai lists in the past, and sometimes I absolutely hate it. Tonight it was okay. Like, I didn't stumble across, like, Basic Mountain when I needed, like, another island or whatever. Like, this was fine. I did add a second Tundra to the list. A lot of the lists I saw were either on, another fetch or a Caracas or another basic island. I really, really, really liked having access to second Tundra when it was relevant. So that was gas. The 2 back to basics are incredible. Like, this card is just usually a house in Legacy, and I think it will continue to be that way until we shift to a metagame again where people respect the power of basic lands. Triple Jace was rad. Like, I always feel good playing Jace the Mind Sculptor, and, like, having access to it tonight is no different. Like, 3 copies is sick. The true names were gas. I was super, super grateful to have access to a couple of true names, like, when you just need to slam that card and go, okay, we're racing now, and this is a thing that you're gonna have a really hard time interacting with. Was pretty great. We saw opponent, like, our bug opponent had to try to time these sudden edicts really weird in hopes of catching our true name, and I was just like, no, like, this is the card that matters. Like, we're gonna run it. Spell Pierce, I don't know. Like, I kind of almost wish it was another Force of Negation, but I also understand why it's not. I could see Spell Pierce becoming the Jite if you were like, I want to play this deck, but I want Jite main. Like, Spell Pierce, I think, is the one random card that I'm, like, the least impressed with. Yeah, beyond that, like, list feels gas. Like, this felt very, very, very good. I'm really about that life. So, I could see myself jamming this in the future if things don't change. So, this was really cool. Alright, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for me for tonight. I'm going to go file for comp for this league because Wizards can't fix Cauldron bugs. Let's go, baby. Alright, well, everybody, you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you again Saturday. Cheers, everybody. Have a good night.